always at the stick. From who's got it better than us to brick by brick. It's always the 49ers way, from off-season to game day. Yeah, we talk back. It's the 49ers Cutback.
It's 49ers Cutback Podcast time. Welcome to the show. The Horst. Horst is over. Normally you can catch him on Slightly Offsides on Patreon, but he's right here on YouTube today. Probably not going to be his offsides today, huh, Horst? But we're going to be getting all into 49ers versus Chargers, the matchups, and who has the advantage position by position. Horst, let's start with the offense. At the quarterback position, we've got the Chargers with Justin Herbert, and we got the 49ers with Jimmy Garoppolo. Of course, we can count backups as well. We got Chase Daniel and Easton Stick for the Chargers. For the 49ers, you have Brock Purdy. Which direction are you going here with the quarterbacks?
I'm going to have to say Chargers.
You seem so disappointed to have to say it, but you're right. It's the Chargers, right? Justin Herbert, the big-time quarterback in this league. They have the advantage skill level wise with him and an experienced backup with Chase Daniel. So I think you're right. I'm going to agree with you. So check to the Chargers. And now let's go to the running back position. This one's a little bit more interesting. You got the 49ers.
Close.
Oh, you don't even think it's close. Okay. Well, we got the 49ers with Christian McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell, TDP, Jordan Mason. And then you've got the Chargers with Austin Eckler. Pretty spectacular. Isaiah Spiller, guy that a lot of people know. Sony Michel. So they got those three guys. Where are you going, Horst? You going 49ers running backs or
easily 49ers? I think it's easily 49ers.
Easily?
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, I'm going easily to it's with Christian McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell alone is better than those three guys together. Yes. Spectacular running backs for the 49ers. Now, this is where it gets interesting. We're going to go to the wide receiver position, and they have a couple of guys injured, so it's going to kind of...
I was going to say, are we counting their injured guys?
I think let's count it for the guys who are going to be playing in this game. We know Mike Williams is not. Keenan Allen more than likely is not either.
So without those two, I think it definitely is advantage 49ers with Debo, Ayuk, Juwan Jennings,
Ray McLeod.
And those guys. I think if Allen and Williams were playing, it's close.
Yeah, I mean, with Allen and Williams, if they were playing, and if Jalen Guyton wasn't on IR,
that's a good group of players.
Spectacular wide receivers. They do have Joshua Palmer plays pretty good. DeAndre Carter also pretty good. But I just don't. You can't put him in the same category as Debo, Brandon Ayuk. So yeah, I'm with you. It's wide receivers. So we're gonna move on now to the tight end position. This one should be interesting, Horst. How are you feeling? George Kittle. We know who you got. Ross Dwelley, Charlie Warner, Tyler Kroft. Then over on the Charger side, you got Gerald Everett, big name, Trey McKinley, Richard Rodgers. What are you thinking here on the tight end position? Is it even close?
No, I think this is another pretty easy for the Niners.
It is
Kittle over Everett so heavily.
Right. And I mean, I think you just got so many, so much, George Kittle over Gerald Everett. I think that's just a huge mismatch. And then depth-wise, I think actually the 49ers have better depth than the Chargers as well.
Yeah.
I'm looking for places. Let's go to the fullback position. You got Xander Horvath for the Chargers against Kyle Juszczyk, the battle of names.
I think Juice is the best fullback in the whole league. So, I mean, it makes it awfully hard to go against him. I don't know much about Xander Horvath.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, I don't have much to say about him, but I haven't seen a fullback better than Juice recently, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with Juice.
Yeah, there's not a fullback better than Kyle Juszczyk in the league. So you're right, it is Kyle Juszczyk. And now let's get to this offensive line, which is interesting. And
are we gonna go position by position or line as a whole?
We'll just go line as a whole. You want to go position by position?
Up to you.
We can go position by position. So let's go left tackle. Got
Niners.
Yeah, right. Trent Williams over whoever. And then you got left guard. Got Matt Filer against Aaron Banks.
Niners.
Yeah, we're taking Banks on that. Center, Corey Linsley. Yeah, it's Corey Linsley. Heavily over Jake Brendel. Right guard, Zion Johnson.
I'm going to go with Zion Johnson.
Yeah, I think Zion Johnson's a little bit better right now than Spencer Burford, Daniel Brunskill. right tackle Trey Pipkins against Mike McGlinchey.
I'm gonna go with McGlinchey because I think McGlinchey's as much better is more. There's a bigger difference between how much better McGlinchey is as a run blocker than Pipkins, than how much better Pipkins is as a pass blocker than McGlinchey. If that makes sense.
It does. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is McGlinchey, but let's say even if we gave it to Pipkins, you would still overall have 3 49ers offensive linemen to 2 on the Chargers. Overall offensive line goes the direction of the 49ers. So really on the offensive side of the ball, it was Justin Herbert, winning the position at quarterback, and then pretty much every position. A lot of that has to do with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams being hurt. Went the way of the Chargers.
Yeah.
That is kind of where they're at right now with all the injuries that they've been facing. And now let's flip it over to the defensive side of the ball. And let's just go through it. When we go through, let's start with the defensive line, but let's go edge rushers. And then we'll work our way inside.
So we're counting Khalil Mack in the edge
right.
rushers,
We'll count Khalil Mack inside the edge rushers.
If Joey Bosa was healthy, this would be close. But with him out, I would have to give advantage 49ers. Khalil Mack's a stud, Van Noy's a stud, Tillery's a good player. But I think the Niners' combination of guys and their main star in Nick Bosa puts them over the edge. But it's actually closer than if it was Joey Bosa, if Joey Bosa was in there, it'd be close.
Yeah, I think if Joey Bosa was playing, I would probably give the edge and the edge rushers to
as a
the
group
Chargers.
to San Diego.
Joey Bosa.
God, I did it again.
It's okay. Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. It's a dynamic group of individuals. I think you would go that way, but I think with Joey Bosa out, I'm going with Nick Bosa and Ebukam over Tillery, and Khalil Mack. I think I just like that a lot better. And then when you start getting into the depth because of that, you got Derek Tuska. He's pretty good for the Chargers, but when you're looking at the 49ers, they just come with waves with Charles Omenihu and, and the guys that they got, Drake Jackson, the young cat. So I'm with you. Edge rushers, we're going 49ers. It's very tight, and I think it would have went the other way with Joey Bosa. Yeah. Now let's go to the interior defensive line. You got Christian Covington. You got Sebastian Joseph Day. Pretty good guys on the interior. And also, Tillery's playing on the inside for most of this at the 5 tech. How do you see this going?
An interesting one, because without Armstead and without Kinlaw, I'd say the starters would go San Diego. The starters would go to the Chargers. Now you got me going with that. But as a whole group, it would go to the 49ers. If you get what I'm saying. But this is a close. I'm going to go San Diego. Or
Chargers.
LA. God.
It's okay. You're going Chargers. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's the thing, right? You got pretty good players on both sides of the football. I think if you had Armstead and Kinlaw, you would feel like it goes that way. But I'm with you on this. I think the defense, which is funny because they struggle against the run, but the interior defensive line with Christian Covington, Sebastian Joseph Day, and Jerry Tillery is pretty good.
Pretty good group.
Yeah, it's a good group overall, which means that you don't really understand why they give up so many rush yards. Could have a lot to do with the linebacker group, including Van Noy. We'll see. But you're right. Let's give the edge to them right now with Armstead out. If Armstead is to end up playing, then you could shift this definitely in the direction of the 49ers. He's that much of a difference maker. Now let's go to the linebacker position. We know who the 49ers got. They got Fred Warner for sure. They're probably going to have Azeez Al-Shire back. We don't know about Dre Greenlaw. He could, start practicing this week. If he does, then, Dre Greenlaw would make a big difference. But you still have Oren Burks. For the Chargers, you have Van Noy, of course, who we've talked about a couple of times. Tranquil, and let's leave Mack out of this because we had him, in the other position. But also Chris Rumph, he plays will linebacker.
I think this one's heavy to the Niners.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that the 49ers definitely. Fred is just, better than everyone. And then whether it's Azeez or Dre, they're the second best linebacker on the field.
Yes.
No matter what. So heavy 49ers. Now let's go to the cornerback position. For the Chargers, you got Michael Davis. You got Asante Samuel.
Who's the Niners corner starting opposite?
Deommodore Lenoir. You're going to have Deommodore Lenoir and Charvarius Ward.
So this is kind of a similar deal where they have a stud in Samuel, like we have a stud in Ward.
Right.
And then kind of an unproven guy in Michael Davis and an unproven guy in Commodore Lenore. I'm going to go with a push. Do we do pushes?
You can do a push if you want.
I'm going to call that one even.
All right, I'm going to be decisive because I'm taking Charvarius Ward over any cornerback that's on the field. To me, he's the best cornerback, so I'm going with them. I think he's just better than Asante Samuel, even though I do like Samuel Jr. And I think that overall Lenore and Michael Davis are pretty equivalent. So I think that's a wash. But because Charvarius Ward is better, I'm going to go in that direction. Plus, Jimmy Ward playing the nickel right now, I think it's still better than what the Chargers produce. But I think you're okay for saying push. I think it is that close. Now let's flip to the safety position. You've got Derwin James. I love Derwin James. And Nasir Adderley back there. They also got JT Woods coming off the bench, which is a pretty good group. And then the 49ers are still rolling with Tyshawn Gibson, Talanoa Hufanga. Horst, which direction are you going with the safety position?
I'm going to split it. I'm going to say it free safety Niners, strong safety Chargers.
Yeah.
And that's not a slide on Hufanga. Derwin James is one of the best strong safeties in the game. Derwin James is a stud.
Yeah, so what would you do? Because, I mean, they got JT Woods as a backup. Would you go Chargers in overall depth?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Especially as long as we're considering Ward a nickelback, then yeah.
Okay, so it's 1-1 there. We'll go ahead and we'll give it to the Chargers for that reason. Horst believes depth for the Chargers is a little bit better than 49ers depth. If we're leaving Jimmy Ward in the nickel, I think you're right. If Jimmy Ward is considered a depth piece,
if Jimmy Ward's considered a safety, then I'd leave Niners as a group.
I think that's pretty clear. Now let's do the special teams really quick. I'm just mainly saying overall as a unit. You see who the kickers and punters are.
I'm gonna go Niners.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Niners. I'm gonna go with Robbie Gould as well.
Wishnowski's been playing really well. Gold's always money. Tabor Pepper, one of the best in the game. Everyone loves the long snapper. I'd even take Ray McLeod over DeAndre Carter as the return man. So I think this is heavily in favor of San Francisco.
49ers, especially on offense, pretty much dominated these position battles. A lot of it, the Chargers are injured a lot, just like the 49ers have been injured. On defense, in certain spots is a little bit more even. I think talent-wise, the Chargers have a lot of talent, but will they be able to execute? And I think that's been part of their problem so far. They haven't been able to stop the run. They're going to have to stop the 49ers run game. Be okay, Horst, but it was fun going through the advantage position by position and just seeing the talented players on both sides of the field. I think it's going to be an interesting game come Sunday night.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But thank you guys for watching this new episode. Horst, thanks for joining me. Everyone, if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate everyone that's done so far. Been really great. You guys are all awesome. Looking forward to this weekend. I'm going to be doing a watch party, so come through and watch the game. Or you watch the game. I'm going to be watching the game. I'm going to be giving my commentary on it. Trying to get Horst over here to join me. We'll see if he's able to make that commitment. If he is, to get both of us here. It's going to be an exciting time. Thank you guys so much for joining 49ers Cutback. Till next time, stay safe and remember the right way
is always the 49ers way.